Today is Monday, February 21, 2022. The stock market is closed. It's a holiday. Let's analyze what happened last Friday. For the record, I liquidated my SPXU position. I was shorting the S&P 500. Reason I sold, it moved too much too fast. So I decided to book my quick profits. What do I mean by too much too fast? Well, the high 2 days ago in two trading sessions went from 44.90 roughly to 43.30. So that's 160 points in 2 days, two trading sessions. For me, that was good enough to book my profits. Let's look at the 5 minute chart. This is where I sold the arrows. I sold half my position here and half of my position here. Here, when it dipped below support level 43.50, pushed back above that, that's when I sold. Here, when it dipped below 43.30, which should have been very strong support, pushed back above that, and that's where I sold also. Go back to the daily chart. Levels that I'll be watching tomorrow, Tuesday, will be this level, 4,300 minus 10 points. Not really interested in buying up here, not shorting, not going long until ideally I would like it to drop a little more. That would be a little more oversold and play the bounce. Even if we bounce from this level, say here, I really don't see a setup where I can go long as we're get very close to these moving averages. In other words, resistance will be very close up above, and I don't see like a good risk to reward ratio. Ideally, we'll be down here where I want to go long, play a bounce. Of course, not necessarily here, but that's the level that I'll be watching either here or lower. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ 100 for this one. Very similar price action. And for the record, I liquidated my short position. I liquidated my position around 14,000 and 14,050, which was this support level down here. Let's look at the 5 minute chart. Reasons why I sold. Same as the S&P 500. Moved too much too fast, so decided to book my quick profits. These arrows show where I unloaded my position. 50% here and 50% here. This was strong support, 14,050. That's the first one. And then when it reached 14,000, that's when I liquidated my position. You can see that it dipped below that. So I did not get like the best price. The S&P 500 was a better trade just because I got filled closer to the bottom of the day. Low of day, I should say. But it was a good trade nonetheless. Going back to the daily chart, levels that I'll be watching on tomorrow, Tuesday, I'll be this level around Friday's low. If I see a nice pattern developing down here for a bounce, I will play it. But ideally, I would like it to sell off a little more. That will be more oversold, and the bounce will be easier to spot, and of course, risk reward will be better. But we'll play session by session. This one's path of least resistance is definitely south, below all major moving averages, and they're quickly declining. So the long side, not interested. I want till we sell off a little more, or at least we consolidate, and I see a bounce, confirmation of a bounce. Dow Jones Industrial Average, very similar to the other indices, well below all the major moving averages. This one, the only way I would play it would be a bounce. Path of least resistance is down. This is strong support, 34,000. I see big support also, strong support around this area. But yeah, path of least resistance is down. Whether we get a bounce from here or not, we'll see. But like I said, it's not too far enough from all these moving averages, so the risk reward is not there for me, so I will not play this bounce if it bounces from here. And also, of course, shorting was not an option from here. Now looking at the Philadelphia Semiconductor Index, this one, yes, is still like the other indices below all these moving averages. Not too far away from these moving averages, so playing it long here, I'm not interested. The only way I would play it is if he pushes back above all these moving averages. Once he pushes above, say, 3,500. Shorting these levels, definitely not interested. Seems like it has very strong support around Friday's lows. Um, Below that, I can see some support around 3,250. But this one is not looking good, but it's still looking better than the other indices just because it's closer to the moving averages and it can quickly push above those moving averages and all of a sudden will look a lot better. But still, the path of least resistance for this one is south. So we'll see what happens. The Russell 2000 Iwm Etf. This one was trading nice above the 20-day moving average, stronger than the other indices, of course. But now is around critical support level around 200 and 199, right below that 200-day moving average. If it starts dipping below this level tomorrow, I think momentum will shift to the downside and it will not look so good anymore. But this one, it can quickly bounce, push back above the 20-day moving average, above this support level, and it can continue moving higher. This one, like I said, looks weak, but it's at a critical point where it can quickly bounce from here. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Thanks for stopping by and good luck trading tomorrow.